It was 4 a.m. when my phone buzzed to life, its glow slicing through the darkness like an unwanted truth. The vibration rattled against the nightstand, as if it were urging me to wake up from a dream I already knew was over. My wife's name lit the screen, followed by a message that felt far too calm for that hour. Something came up. Don't worry, I'll explain later. No apology. No hesitation. Just that effortless tone she used when she wanted to sound in control. I stared at the words for a long moment, waiting for the sting. Anger, grief, anything. But what came instead was something colder. Resignation. I'd sensed this moment creeping closer for weeks. I'd just been too tired to face it. I didn't call, didn't beg, didn't even ask where she was. I typed only 3 short sentences. Steady, simple, final. No need, stay with him. You're single now. My hands didn't shake. My pulse stayed calm. It was like my soul had already practiced this goodbye 1,000 quiet times before tonight. I set the phone down, leaned back into the pillow, and for the first time in months, the bed didn't feel lonely. It felt mine, peaceful, honest, still. Normally, a message like that would have shattered me. But when betrayal sits on your chest long enough, the fire turns to frost. I thought about the late nights she blamed on work, the way her laughter dimmed, the phone she kept face down. Every silence between us had been a warning, every excuse a rehearsal for this. And for once, I didn't wait for her to choose me. I chose myself. 20 minutes later, the peace cracked. Someone pounded on the door, sharp, desperate, echoing through the quiet apartment. Her voice followed, trembling. Please, open up. Just let me explain. I didn't rush. I didn't panic. I walked to the door and looked through the peephole. She was there. Mascara streaked, hair undone, heels dangling from her hand, phone clutched like a lifeline. She looked less like the woman I married, and more like someone who'd finally met the weight of her choices. I didn't open the door. Instead, I rested my forehead against it and asked the only question that mattered. Who are you with? Silence. Then the sound of her breath catching, soft sobs breaking through. It's not what you think, she whispered. Please, just let me in. But explanations at 4 a.m. can't rewrite secrets born at 10 p.m. You didn't text me because something came up? I said quietly. You texted because you got caught. She cried harder, swearing she loved me, insisting it was a mistake, that nothing really happened. But lies lose their power when you finally stop wanting to believe them. A mistake is an accident. What she did was deliberate, planned, hidden, repeated. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. And I was done paying for choices that weren't mine. I walked away from the door. Her sobs blurred into the silence until even they grew tired. Time stretched. 30 minutes, maybe an hour. The knocking stopped. The quiet returned. I sat on the couch, staring at our wedding photo on the wall, 2 people smiling, unaware of the storm waiting ahead. I didn't feel hate, just a deep sadness for how hard we tried and how easily she let go. Trust doesn't shatter all at once. It fractures with every half-truth, every ignored call, every night you fall asleep wondering where they are. When dawn began to bleed through the curtains, I unlocked the door. Not to let her in, but to set a small suitcase on the porch. Inside were her essentials, folded neatly. Final. She looked down at it, then up at me, eyes red and hollow. You're really ending this? She whispered. I nodded once. No, I said quietly. You ended it when you walked out without thinking twice. I'm just catching up. Her lips trembled. She reached for my hand and I stepped back. I didn't think you'd stop loving me, she said. I met her gaze, steady. I didn't stop loving you. I just stopped hurting myself for someone who didn't care if I was bleeding. There was nothing left to say. She turned and walked away, her shadow stretching long behind her, the ghost of everything we once were. As the door closed and silence settled again, I realized something simple but powerful. Sometimes the loudest end to love isn't in shouting or fighting. It's in the quiet decision to finally let go. I didn't feel angry. I didn't feel proud. I just felt free. That morning, I didn't just lose a wife. I found my self-respect, and I don't plan on losing it again.